Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style and balloon fiesta craziness already starting around town.
I know, and even some stuff going on with the weather too, which we'll talk about. Could be a little bit of a wet weekend, but in the meantime, a gorgeous day. And have you noticed gas prices are finally starting to drop?
They're dropping.
Yes.
I know.
So nice. Actually, I have a few spots here.
Okay.
Sam's Club in the Northeast Heights, $305 right now.
Ooh, good.
$306 at 4th and Manal.
I was gonna say 4th and Manal. That's the big one right now.
306, and then Phillips 66, 308 there. That in the Northeast Heights, and then in the Southwest 316. The Pump and Save. They're off of Old Coors Road in Rio Vista. So
good information.
Yeah, and
I need a copy of that.
Yeah, Gas Buddy. So always look on there and try to find a lower price.
Yeah, I think there's one on Wyoming as well. I don't remember if it was Wyoming.
Phillips 66 on Wyoming.
That's the one. Yeah, that's another good one. It's so refreshing to see prices under $3.50. Oh my gosh.
Right, and that's like right now, that's around the national average, and we're doing a lot better than that.
Yay for us.
Good news there.
And good news for the fact that if you are going to Balloon Fiesta and you're driving all around, around the state, this is the best time of year, really, for you to be able to have lower gas prices. And of course, you just said rain might be in the weekend forecast. What's that going to be about?
Yeah, we're keeping a close eye actually on Hurricane Hillary, which could impact the weather this weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look at that forecast.
Okay.
All right, before we get to that, I did want to throw this up here. We've been talking about allergies for the past several days. The pollen forecast here, this is ragweed and sagebrush. Medium high today, tomorrow, and then by Thursday, conditions getting a little worse for us. So certainly may want to ramp up that allergy medicine over the next few days as we get into fall and that pollen is out and about. Right now, partly cloudy to the north. Clear skies here in Albuquerque, so a beautiful start to the day. It will be warm, highs in the low 80s for Albuquerque, and then in the southeast, low to mid 90s there. Cold front coming through will mean a few storms up across the northern part of the state, but out across the east, mainly dry conditions. And here in Albuquerque, we'll be looking at just a slight chance for a stray storm today. Now, going into the weekend, Balloon Fiesta, we are keeping a very close eye on Hurricane Hillary now in the Pacific. Track number 1 takes the remnants of that system into Arizona, throwing some moisture our way. If that happens this weekend, mainly late Saturday, Sunday, Monday, numerous showers across central and western New Mexico, which would mean a miserable start to Balloon Fiesta. But the other track, and another really good model showing the track a little bit farther west, the system breaking down, and so that would keep most of the rain back across western New Mexico and not impact us at all. So there it is right now. It's a strong storm, but it will eventually weaken. So nothing really to worry about here. We're going to be looking at dry conditions, low to mid 80s for highs, and then this weekend looking a little iffy, still kind of far out. So we'll keep a close eye on the exact track there, and hopefully if it heads west, that means sunny skies, warm conditions, and it would be really nice conditions for Balloon
When you
Fiesta.
look at that Tuesday to Friday, that's what we need for next week. That's exactly the forecast we want. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that hurricane stays far away. You know, it's amazing how we pray for rain all year, and then all of a sudden, really now, don't do it. Fingers crossed. We'll have some good hopes. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about this morning's headlines. Of course, everybody's talking about this. New Mexico Athletic Director Paul Krebs is saying the football team's bad record, a lack of fan support, and off-the-field events led to the firing of head coach Mike Locksley. Now, Locksley faced a sexual harassment suit, a suspension after he punched another coach, and most recently, criticism after police arrested a man on suspicion of driving while intoxicated in an SUV that was actually registered to Locksley's wife. Now, Krebs said Locksley will be paid for the season and $150,000 a year for the next 2 years. Not so bad. Now, this is the third time in 5 years that UNM has had to pay a coach to leave, a head coach at least.
Oh, that's kind of sad there.
I know. Well, we wish him luck.
We do. Judge Michael Murphy may not be off the hook after all. Murphy, a state district judge in Las Cruces, was indicted on a bribery count earlier this year. He was accused of telling a lawyer who wanted to be a judge that she needed to make payments to a Democratic Party activist who was closer to Governor Bill Richardson. Late last week, the presiding judge threw out the indictment, but now that judge is reconsidering that decision.
And should they stay or should they go? Albuquerque voters will decide next Tuesday the fate, we've been talking about it, the fate of the city's red light camera program. But city councilors said they'll make the final decision about the controversial program after all. Now, as for Mayor R.J. Berry, he says he will respect the voters' wishes, and next week's election results on this issue are only symbolic because under the city charter, voters can't decide public safety laws. So we'll see what happens, and of course, we'll keep you posted on that.
And go ahead, take a deep breath of Santa Fe's air. It's among the best in the world, according to the World Health Organization. The WHO recently honored the city different clean air in its first ever survey of air pollution. Santa Fe Mayor David Koss says he's pleased but not surprised as the city consistently gets high rankings from the American Lung Association.
I love that.
Don't you like hearing that?
Yes, that makes me so happy. You know, I've lived in New York, Miami, LA, like smog city. So to live in a place where you have clean air and the cleanest in the world, not even just the country, that's a really nice, literally refreshing thing to hear.
It really is. And coming from South Carolina, which they've been so slow to kind of tail back on the tobacco laws and where you can smoke. And so there you still go in the restaurants, they still have smoking, but it's so nice to get away from that. But Santa Fe,
I know.
Well,
really in fact, when I was there the other night, it just the stars in the sky, if you don't live there, I mean, for me, I was looking up in the sky and I thought, this is the clearest sky I've seen since I went to Fiji. And that's far, far away. In the meantime, far, far away on another planet, I just wanted to mention really quick, did you see Dancing with the Stars?
I went to bed early last night.
Okay, I won't get into it. I just had to say really quickly, Nancy Grace, because, you know, we were talking about, remember you and I were saying when we found out that she was in one of the cast that maybe it would be interesting to see her being judged. And, you know, it was interesting to see a vulnerable, softer, tender side of Nancy. She got a little emotional, and she also had a wardrobe misfunction.
No.
Misfunction, malfunction, whatever. You know my point. Yes, interesting. So might want to check it out. And if you want to check out any of the stories we talked about on today's Hot Topics as far as news goes, you can certainly check out krqe.com. We'll have all those stories in detail all day long, every day of the week.
I was looking forward to Nancy Grace on Dancing with the Stars, so I'll have to go back.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it. Now, something else, you know, it's like we were talking about how fall, how did it hit us already? Well, something else is about to hit us. Halloween is right around the corner, and creepy, crawly critters are just popping up everywhere.
To our surprise, we even found them on a menu.
We're eating bugs.
Are you going to try any bugs? No.
They're actually quite good. Very interesting, different.
The crickets are as you might think, a little crunchy, and you do get the occasional leg bit caught in your teeth.
That's disgusting.
I think we all have some sort of bucket list of all things we'd like to do.
Yummy, 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 I got bugs in my tummy, and I feel like munching you.
We are really trying to educate the public about bugs right now, and we're taking advantage of this fall season, and it's kind of a Halloween kind of show, and so this kind of kicks off the show with an edible bug dinner. It's just an unusual way to get people to come down and appreciate bugs from a different perspective. The food is made with mealworms. We have spaghetti made with mealworms. We have stir fry made with mealworms. We have cricket chocolate chip cookies. We have candied scorpions. We have food that people can find no place else in Albuquerque tonight.
Would you recommend this to somebody else?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know if I trust that guy. Absolutely, absolutely.
He's absolutely.
I don't know. Just being honest about that one.
I don't know either. The Bug Apertif Dinner kicked off the Albuquerque Creeping, Crawling, and Carnivorous Show, which runs now through November 6th at the Albuquerque Botanic Garden.
And the special show features insects, arachnids, and reptiles from around the world. And for details, you can visit cabq.gov. Oh my God. The worst part to me is the sound it makes when you kill a bug, that crunchy sound. But the crunchy sound in your mouth,
no, I don't think you're going to be seeing either of us there anytime soon. But for those who love bugs, good for you. Have a good time. In the meantime, no bugs on the New Mexico style menu today, that's for sure. We're going to see now what's cooking in our Builder Source kitchen, and it smells good already. Hello, Christopher McLean.
How are you?
I'm so great. It's so good to have you back.
It's great to be here. That was a tough act to follow. We're not doing bugs today.
No, we are not. And let's remind our viewers that Chef Chris, of course, leads the culinary team at the Bishop's Lodge Ranch Resort and Spa. And I actually was blessed enough to go to the Clos Duval dinner, which was a special wine dinner at the Bishop's Lodge last Friday. It was truly fantastic. Bravo to you.
Thank you very much.
Really, thank you very much.
Now, what are you going to be cooking for us today?
Today we're actually making a monk's ale and blue corn batter Squash Blossom.
Ooh.
Comes right out of our gardens at the Bishop's Lodge. And the Monk's Ale is actually brewed here in New Mexico by monks. So it's going to be a really fun recipe today.
Ooh, squash blossoms and beer. I like that.
That sounds good and perfect for this time of the year, too.
I know.
That's
it's
right.
a perfect fall treat. Well, we're looking forward to having you back. And, of course,
Thank
if you're
you very
looking
much.
for an amazing recipe, you'll want to stick around throughout the show, and we'll check back in with Christopher in our next half hour. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.
And, of course, if you're getting ready to head out for the day, you're thinking about what to wear, what to do. I mean, we talked about the possibility of rain this weekend, but what's going to happen today?
Okay, well, today, partly cloudy, highs in the low 80s, just the slimmest of a chance for a stray thunderstorm this afternoon, down into the upper 50s tonight. Then, of course, that 7-day. Mainly dry this week, and this weekend we have showers in the forecast, but that is iffy. That could change, so we'll keep a close eye on things there.